Have you ever felt like a bad mom? Or do you secretly worry that other people are judging you because of the choices that you're making as a parent? Today, we are arming ourselves with 3 steps on how to shut that guilt up. Hey awesome mamas, it's Alyssa Fry with Mama Wears Many Hats, and you, my friend, are in the right place. That's right, this channel is for you, and we talk all things motherhood, even the hard and crappy stuff, so that you feel empowered to birth beauty into every arena of your life, whatever they may be. Again, my name is Alyssa. I'm a mama to 3, wife to 1, and I wear a truckload of hats. And I'm here to share with you some things I've learned along the way. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe and make sure to ring that bell so that you're notified first whenever I have new content out. So glad you're here. Let's jump in to kicking mom guilt's butt. If you stick around till the end, I may just be telling you how to get your hands on a free copy of Kick Mom Guilt's Assumption Worksheet for you to start kicking that guilt to the curb. On the front end, let's just define what we mean by mom guilt. Mom guilt is anything that is triggered by an area you are afraid you're failing in as a mom. But guess what? Mom guilt can pretty much include anything. Yay! Wait, that's not a cheering thing at all, is it? No, that means we're constantly afraid of failing and constantly fearing people are judging us for failing and constantly judging ourselves because we think we failed. When will the madness stop? Today, I want to walk us through this. First, I'm going to take an example that I feel like is a huge trigger for most moms I know. And if you are not triggered by this, can you please reach out to me? I want to have you on the channel so you can share your wisdom with us because I think we've all been there. The area is what you choose to do with your time, i.e., are you a working mom? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Are you a work-from-home mom? And it seems kind of like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's judgment, there's fear, there's guilt, no matter which of those camps you fall into. If you're a working mom, you always feel bad because, am I getting enough time with my kids? I'm giving them to someone else to raise them. I only see them for an hour a day. I'm so tired that I don't have time to really invest in them. I know this because I was a working mom for the first 2 years of my son's life. I feel you. I would get up, get him up in time to get him out the door, drop him off, get there, pick him up, get home in time to feed him dinner, and then put him to bed because he was little. And, you know, when you work 8 to 5, that's what happens. Then you've got the stay-at-home mom. That mom's sitting there going, am I a bad mom? I'm not helping to provide for my family. The house is messy and I can't keep it clean enough. I can't keep up with everything. My kids don't get to have the lessons they want because we don't have the money. And whatever else as a stay-at-home mom we worry about. I know, I've been a stay-at-home mom and it can be rough. And our last little category is our work-at-home moms. I've been there too, guys. Oh wait, I am there. From a work-at-home mom's perspective, you're sitting there going, I need to bring money in, but my kid keeps asking me to play. But I can't because I've got this deadline. But they don't understand because I'm right here, and when I tell them mommy has to work, they don't get it. Like, seriously, guys, my 3-year-old at the time, he had an old iPad keyboard. He would start coming and sitting next to me and saying, Mommy, I have to go to work. And when I would try to talk to him, he'd go, hold on, Mommy, I'm working. Dagger in the heart. Oh my gosh. So we sit here, and again, it's like I said, it kind of feels like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And this is just one arena of being a mom. Mom guilt sucks so much. How can we deal with mom guilt? That's exactly what we're talking about now. I'm going to give you 3 steps that you can use to help yourself adjust your mentality and free yourself from the feeling of mom guilt. All right, you ready? Number 1 for dealing with mom guilt. You have to recognize that every choice has a pro and a con. There is no way that you are gonna make the 100% right choice. Let's take our stay-at-home versus work-at-home mom scenario here. There's pros to being a working mom. You're able to provide and hopefully help get your kids everything they need. Or if you're a single mom, you are providing. You are the sole breadwinner. That is a good thing. Pro, ding, 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 ding. Guess what? There are cons. You might not see your kids as much. You might have to drop them off and let someone else watch them. There's pros and cons on both sides. If you're a stay-at-home mom, it's the same thing. You've got tons of time with your kids. You get to be with your kids all day, every day. That can be a con. But at the same time, you kind of may start to take for granted that time you have with your kids. Whereas the working mom may try to suck every moment out of the time she does have with her child. Pros and cons. Maybe you're a work from home mom, and so you're helping to bring in income and you're getting to be with your children regularly. Yay, pros. Maybe you also have to look at your kid for the 10th time today when they say, Mommy, come do this with me. Mommy, come do this with me.
Come do this with me.
And you say, sweetie, mommy's got to work. And you run the risk of your kids feeling like maybe they're second string or they're not as important. At the same time, you're teaching your kids hard work and independence, and you are showing them they can make their dreams come true. They're seeing you apply yourself, and they're seeing that it's not always fun and games, and that responsibility is a real thing, and you're teaching them that. Pros and cons. So just know that voice of guilt can come from any place, but all you have to do is look at your family situation and determine, based on the pros and the cons, which is going to have the best outcome for your family. If you're making that choice, you have nothing to feel guilty about. You've done what was best for you guys, and no one else can make that call. Not a well-meaning neighbor, not a loving in-law or mother. You have to make the call. Step number 2, kicking mom guilt to the curb. Stop comparing your glacier to somebody else's iceberg. I remember back when I was part of an internship, we went through this book called Habitudes. And in this book, one of the principles was the iceberg principle. The iceberg principle was basically this. What you see of someone else's life is only 10%. You know, like an iceberg. You see about 10% above the waves, and the 90% mass that's below, you never see. So it's really easy when we're sitting here facing our glacier that we can see all of because we're right there. And to look at somebody else's iceberg, and then we're only seeing 10% of, and feel like we're doing a worse job when it probably couldn't be further from the truth. Everybody has to come face to face with their own glaciers. It's what we do with that determines if we're a good mom or a bad mom. When we're aware of our shortcomings and we address them according to our shortcomings and our strengths, that makes us a good mom. But if we're constantly looking at the little bit that we see on social media, on, at events, when we're hanging out with people, at church on Sunday, when everybody's kids looks all cute and put together and my kids are over here in their Walmart clothes. No judgment. I love Walmart clothes because you know how quick kids grow out of those? So quick. Your iceberg, my glacier, your glacier, my iceberg. They are not meant to be measuring sticks for each other. Go dig out your measuring stick, which is your life, your circumstances, and the tools that you have. Determine what success looks like for you. Measure it against that. Stop measuring against Kathy's iceberg over here. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it will rob you of all joy when you are constantly looking at something that you don't have the full picture on. Plain and simple. Sorry. Lastly, step 3 for kicking mom guilt to the curb. Dealing with that mom guilt like no other. Number 3 is don't get your weather from out-of-state anchors. Melissa, aren't we talking about motherhood? What does that have to do with the weather? Bear with me. My husband is a weather nerd. Like, no joke. He actually went to school to become a meteorologist. He ended up transferring because he felt like he was supposed to go into ministry. But he has about 2/3 of a meteorology degree. He was the kid demonstrating the weather pattern for his babysitters. He's loved weather his whole life. His favorite weatherman is James Spann. Hi, James. He actually does the weather down in Alabama. He is an amazing meteorologist. He gives great insight to the weather in Alabama. We live in Tennessee. Wouldn't make any sense for my husband to be like, hey, James, can you tell me about what the weather's like right now in Tennessee? I mean, James can pull up his radar and stuff and kind of give it a feel, but there's a reason why we trust people to bring us the weather from the ground, not from an ivory tower somewhere. Because when you have feet on the ground, you have an accurate understanding of what the situation is. My husband can still learn from James Spann. He can still learn about meteorology. He can still watch, and he does, watch his predictions for Alabama, which help him out because he likes to storm chase and he knows when, hey, I can head down that way because James is saying it's looking good, But James isn't going to be giving Cameron advice about Nashville and weather. And Cameron's not going to be giving James advice about Alabama weather. They can use their understanding and their wisdom and make educated guesses, but unless you've got feet on the ground. And it's the same way with well-meaning friends and family and all that kind of stuff when they tell us how they think we should be doing something. Or why don't you do things this way? Why do you let that baby cry? Why don't you let that baby cry? Put it down, it needs to learn how to cry. Why are you feeding them like that? Why aren't you giving them purees? Your kid is 4 months old. Why haven't you started solids? Your kid is 4 years old. Why aren't they fully potty trained and sleeping through the night? Everyone can give us opinions, but until they have feet on the ground in our circumstance, all we can do is take wisdom from what they offer and know that we have the best insight into our own circumstances and situations. So get people's input. Don't let it make you feel guilty, because you are the one who knows your world best. Plain and simple. So what are we gonna do to kick guilt to the curb? We're gonna recognize that there are pros and cons to every choice. We are going to stop comparing our glacier to someone else's iceberg, and we're gonna stop getting our weather from out-of-state anchors. Mamas, be free. You can birth beauty into your life unlike any other person can, and you have no reason to feel guilty about the decisions you're making if they are motivated from a place of love and doing your best to do what's right for your family. That's it. Be free. What's an area that you're struggling with mom guilt in? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and let's see if we can't bring some truth into those areas of perceived judgment. In fact, remember the beginning when I told you that I was going to tell you how to get your hands on a free Kick Mom Guilt's Assumptions worksheet? It's really easy. I want you to go down to the description. There's a link and it says Kick Mom Guilt's Assumptions worksheet. You're gonna click on that. It's gonna take you to a Google Doc. You'll be able to download it. You don't have to sign up for anything. What I want you to do is I want you to take some time, fill this out, look at it for yourself, find the areas where you're feeling guilty, replace them with what's true, why you made the decision you made in that time frame, and then remind yourself that you know your family better than anybody else, and you will make the right choice. And hey, if that worksheet proves to be helpful to you, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you want to see more resources like this. I want to empower you mamas, all of us mamas, to birth beauty into every arena. I don't care if it's at home, I don't care if it's in the workplace, I don't care if it's in the car dealing with angry toddlers while you're trying not to flip the person off next to you because they cut you off. Every area, we're gonna birth beauty in it, moms. We can do this. Mamas, thank you so much for joining me today. And guess what? If you are the only person who watches this video, if you are the only one, it was so worth it. Because mama, you are worth the time and the investment. You are worth the love. You're worth the encouragement. Hey, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you remember to get your worksheet, and make sure you come back next time. We have new videos Tuesdays, Fridays, sometimes randomly in between. Remember to be excited. We're gonna be starting our new series, I Wish I Could Call My Mom. And my mom is gonna be taking your questions. Anyway, mamas, you got this. Go on and birth beauty. Are you still here? Are you? Okay, like I said, here is our gender reveal. I had James Spann actually tell Cameron what the gender is. I'd actually like to hear the whole story, and you would like help planning a unique and special gender reveal yourself, let me know in the comments. And make sure, if you think this is fun, leave it in the comments and be like, if you didn't stay till the end, you missed it, it's great. Anyway, bye mamas. Here you go. Roll the clip.
Hey Cameron, this is James Spann, the weather guy. Today we're here not to talk about weather. Guess what this is? It's a gender reveal. You've been down this road before, but you've not had me revealing the gender of your next child. Now you're stuck with me. Are you ready? Are you ready? We have breaking news right here, okay? Third child is going to be a boy. Congratulations. Y'all enjoy it. Those kids grow up in a heartbeat.